Welcome to the Fans of Fitness podcast, a voice for fitness, health, and wellness professionals. The National Personal Training Institute of Arizona.
Legit instructors teaching you.
No, enough of those bad reps. The good quality trainers that come out of the school.
Let's get into it.
The man, the myth, the legend, Kevin. What's happening?
Not a whole lot, guys. I just finished up my show a week ago and been taking this week to get back right and fill up my body with some good old wholesome food. And here I am hanging out with my boys. So
yeah,
it's going to be a great day.
How's it been since the show?
It's been great. Yeah, I've had a great week off, reverse dieting out. So, I have 6 meals a day. Out of those 6 meals, 5 of them I'm on point. And then one of them I'll just, what I'm feeling like, a sub sandwich or a burger and some fries.
So you can splurge a little bit now if you want to.
A little bit.
So what are you doing to splurge? I talked to you the other day in front of the gym and you sounded like you weren't going to.
So day after for sure, I had myself some pizza. I've been craving pizza all prep. So I had some pizza, not much, like 3 slices.
What kind?
Just a custom pizza. It was like sausage, Canadian bacon, onion, and
you better say pineapple.
No.
Come on, man.
No pineapple.
Dude.
Pepperoni.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'd still eat it.
Yeah. And then I had chicken wings, man. Chicken wings sounded so good during prep as well. So
yeah. So you just had whatever you were craving while you were on prep?
Yeah. And then just went right back to business as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long ago was that show? That 2 weeks ago?
1 week ago.
1 week. That's it?
1 week ago. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's great though, because I went in there. So this is the 2023 Whitney Jones in-state championships. I competed for the very first time at the 2022, and I did not do as well as I thought I would do.
Yeah.
I was in 3 divisions. I was in true novice, and the open, and I thought I was going to place in every one of them, and I only placed in true novice. And
so what's the difference between the ones you just said, true novice, and then
true novice, and the open?
Yeah.
True novice is it's your very first time competing, first time stepping
very
on stage.
first show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can only do true novice one time. And then novice, is what you do. It's basically like your amateur division, so they have it height and weight. And if you're in that one, I was in novice A. So it's like 5'4" to 5'5", 170 pounds. And I actually won that one this year, but I didn't last year. I didn't place at all in novice.
So outside of like third place, is that what you mean by not placing outside of third?
5th.
Oh,
out
5th.
of 5, yeah. I did not place.
5th out of 5.
Yeah, didn't place. So there was, there's always there's like 10 competitors, but the top 5 get medals. And
is that like the callback? There's 10 people, but 5 of them have been eliminated, and then they're down to the last 5. Is that how that works?
I believe so. I'm still so green. I just show up and do what my coaches say.
Right.
But yeah, this show was amazing. I ended up taking 2nd in the state. So the state championships were just open. So it's basically your height, and there is a weight cap, but it's just it's novice. It's people who've been doing this for years. It's people doing a couple years. So I took 2nd in that one. Lost to a guy who's been doing it for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then I won my novice, and that was awesome. And then I lost such a close margin in the open.
Yeah.
To my buddy Chris Shuck. He's been doing it for about 4 years now, so I'm happy for him,
Yeah.
It was a bittersweet moment, but it's all
Can't
good.
win them all.
No, it's only my 2nd show.
Yeah, give you something else to strive for by not winning.
Yeah.
You keep winning them all, you're like, what am I doing? This is too easy.
We learn, they say we learn more through our losses than through our victories. So I did
Absolutely.
learn a lot, and I'm so excited for this next bulk season's coming up. So
does that mean you get to eat everything you want?
No, I wish it did.
That's what it sounds like to me. When I hear bulk, I'm like, hell yeah.
No, that's a dirty bulk. We try not to dirty bulk.
Okay.
Some of the classics like Lee Priest and some of the others they dirty bulked and just did big giant bellies.
Right.
And then they just shred out.
I must be dirty bulking all the time.
All the
Constant
time, man.
dirty bulk.
When have you stopped?
I've been dirty bulking for about 15 years now.
Yeah.
So
50 years for me. Yeah, man. Even as a kid.
Oh, man.
So what did you learn different this time than you did the first time you competed? Because you competed your first time while you were going through the National Personal Training Institute of Arizona's course, and I was one of your instructors.
Yeah.
You seem to have it together this time. What happened that first time? Were you didn't know what was going to happen? Mentally, physically?
It was a interesting story, and we learn a lot.
Yeah.
So I've been bodybuilding only for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Only a year and a half.
Which is crazy to
That's
see
great,
where you come
yeah.
from. I saw your pictures the other day from the beginning to
Right.
your show.
Yeah.
It is in a year and a half to see that kind of transformation is just crazy.
Yeah,
it
that's
was-
awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Definitely with the help of my coaches and just the plethora of knowledge that they have. Because
Who's your coaches?
Adam
Give 'em a shout.
Santos.
Give 'em a
Adam
shout out.
Santos.
Yep.
He's a gym owner at TG Mesa.
Yep.
Elias Wilsey. He's my posing coach.
Yeah.
And then I work with Dominic Pelosi.
Yep.
He does my body work at TG Mesa. They're just so deep in the game. They've been doing this for decades. So it's just awesome to have that book of knowledge that I can just tap into whenever if I need to, just have questions. So
Yeah.
no. Hips this way. No, the shoulders this way. Suck it in. No, don't flex down, flex in. I'm like, you can flex in? Like, what? Like
Is that called a vacuum or something?
yeah. So you can vacuum and still flex your abs at the same time, which I had no clue.
Yeah.
Still learning how to do that. But we'll go back. So it's, May of 2022, and I'm starting my journey. And I talked to Adam, and Adam's like, "Okay, here's your meal plan." And on the bottom of the meal plan, it said no salt seasonings. So, like an idiot, I thought that meant no salt. Period.
Oh, no.
So for 4 months, I consumed no salt.
Oh, man.
Even though in class I had learned we need salt, I was like, oh, it must be different for bodybuilding. So for 4 months, no salt. Week 4, I felt like I was dying.
Yeah,
You know.
dehydrated.
Just completely brain fog all the time. Energy drinks didn't work. And I was really grumpy,
Yeah, you were.
really grumpy in class. The story was we were taking our practice final, and I had been studying. I knew my answers, and we were just doing the practice final as a group. And we'd have, the question would pop up, or you would ask the question, and I would give my answer, and then everyone's like, but wait a minute, this one sounds right too. I'm just like, I know what the answer is. I was so angry. And just,
Yeah.
it's like, shut up, I'm trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
But definitely found out afterwards that I was supposed to be having salt. And Adam's like, I never said no salt. And I'm like, but look at the meal plan. It says, he's like, no, that's just no salt seasoning so you don't get more salt.
Yeah.
You're supposed to salt pre and post workout. I'm like, oh. Now we know. Now we know. Yeah, I was dying that first prep. I came in super peeled but super flat.
Yeah.
There was no water retention because, there was no salt for the water to hold, or carbs for the water to hold on to.
Sure.
Right.
You still
So,
look good.
Yeah.
But this from that your first show to this last one, it's leaps and bounds way better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I couldn't believe what I was seeing with those pictures. I'm like, man, that dude is way different than the last time he did this.
Yeah.
So that also comes with time too. I mean, you gotta fill out certain spaces, and then there's certain muscle groups that maybe need a little bit more attention than others. So you did your first one, you look back at those pictures and go, okay, I could do this better, and probably got some feedback from Adam and Eli as well.
Well, the cool thing is you can actually request judges' feedback. So with the show, the Whitney Jones, one of the head judges, Sandy, she allows you to email her, and I emailed her, and she responded. She's like, "All right, you looked great for your first show. Only 6-7 months of work. But it shows that you've only had 7 months of work. You need a bigger back. You need glutes. You need legs." And I was like, "Okay." So posterior chain and legs. Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
And we just hammered it this year, and it came back with an amazing back. I got big old glutes now. Calves still need some work, man. Those things are hard to grow.
They're a bitch.
Yeah, but we're gonna get them. I'm determined to get them to grow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was great. And then even with this show, this one was really cool. Like, shout out to Sandy. She's amazing. I messaged her. I was like, hey, just what feedback do we have for this year? And then also, like, I don't understand, like, what happened there at the end. Like, how did I not win the Open? And she messaged me. She's like, call me. I'm like, whoa. Like, one of the head NPC judges wants to talk to me. So called her. She's like, Kevin? I was like, oh, she knows it's me? That's crazy. And she just explained to me, she was like, hey, in bodybuilding, especially with multiple shows in a day, like, your body changes. Your opponent filled out more. His posing was a little bit better, and it was a very slight margin. But at the end of the day, we felt that, he brought the better package at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, message received. Roger that. So that's when I made the switch in my mind after this show, is that I was like, next time I step on stage, it's not even going to be a question.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to come back. I was 8 pounds underweight. Still have 8 pounds of muscle that I can put on my frame.
You had 8 pounds of potential that you didn't utilize.
Right.
Right.
And I mean, that right there is going to take some time. It took a year to put on 6 pounds of muscle. So I'm guessing a year and a half to put on 8. And yeah, that's my next goal. So Operation 8 Pounds is underway.
You know how to get there, right?
Oh yeah.
Dirty bulk.
No.
Yeah, man.
No, I still want to.
You
want
to see me explode? I can gain 8 pounds in about a month.
I could
Watch.
I could do it in a day. Let's be real. I could do it in a day.
Yeah.
But no, so that was an amazing experience. Just being able to get that feedback and then bring it to the next show, and they see it. They see that you've been working.
Yeah, that's cool that you're able to ask these questions to the judges and them give you an honest opinion. That's pretty powerful.
That's pretty
How much
great.
of bodybuilding do you think is political?
At the end of the day, I don't want to believe that there is politics within it. But once again, I don't want to believe the world is as jacked up as it is, but it is.
Yeah.
So I personally don't know how much a part of it plays into the actual shows, but I'm sure there is politics in there, especially in the higher ranks. Like I had heard, this is total speculation, through the grapevine, that somebody in Olympia had made like a decision in their mind that Kai Green was never going to was never going to win more than whatever he won. Like after they had found out some things about him, in their mind, they're like, nope, not happening. You could bring the better package, not happening. And I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that's crazy to think about. Like, do I know if that's true? No, I just heard. And
you hear things.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I imagine that there is some, but I haven't really witnessed it yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's
gonna
interesting because
keep my head down and,
Yeah.
just keep working hard.
a lot of it seems like it could be very subjective,
Ooh,
and
absolutely.
especially I think with
Subjectivity.
women's competitions. Like we had Gracie Reed in here not too long ago. She went through our school and she just did her the one what's that one called?
Rising Phoenix.
That's it. Yeah, I think she came in third overall, I believe. She was in terrific shape. But we had a conversation here on this podcast about politics, and she's definitely says there is in her league, women's bikini. I don't know if it goes up to physique. It probably does. But I'm just assuming that there is in there. I just don't know how much because this is a new world for me. Being an instructor for personal trainers, it's not – I don't really go out – I don't really, bodybuilding is bodybuilding, but you already know more about bodybuilding than I do. I just know how to create bigger muscles,
Right.
with various workouts. But when it comes to how people are judged, to me, it just seems like it would be subjective. So I would think that they'd have like a sheet.
Right.
They're checking boxes like this person has like 1 through 5, developed back, it's a 3, legs, quads, or like a 4, glutes, and then they add it up. But is it just them going, yeah, okay, slightly better than the other one, or is there actually like a sheet that they're filling out?
I believe there
Kinda
is
like
a
boxing.
sheet, but I know that if you go onto the NPC website, they will give you criteria breakdown of what they're looking for each division. And don't get me wrong, like Gracie looked great.
Yep.
She looked great. But when you look at who has the Olympia Pro right now, they have 2 very different looks. They have, Gracie was very lean, and the bikini champ right now has like glutes. There's not very much striations. Like she's definitely fit. And I was listening to this podcast with one of the judges, and they were saying, yeah, but bikini's supposed to look like a woman who was going to go on a vacation and got fit and dieted for a month. Like that's what bikini is. But then there's some bikini girls that win and they're, striated and they're chiseled. And it's like, where is the actual definition? Like we need to, I think there needs to be, whatever NPC says that needs to happen.
Yeah.
So if they say they don't want to see striations and you have striations, then you brought a package they weren't looking for. You could be jacked, but if you, are too jacked for bikini, then maybe move up to a different division.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only do classic and I'm still so young. And, it's so subjective. The subjectivity is insane.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest part. So
Yeah.
I don't really go in with the expectation of I'm going to win this show. I go in there being like, hey, I'm bringing the best version of myself. And if that's what they're looking for, then great. If it's not, then I get my feedback and I go back to the lab and we tinker and we mess around with some things and then we come back.
Yeah.
But it's got to be frustrating for the women's competitors because there was, all this stuff going on with wellness, and these girls were coming in with huge legs and huge glutes, and it's like no, we got to put a cap on this now. Like they're trying to make it so that they're like, we're not looking for this, so stop coming in so like gigantic. Only you're doing leg presses for 4 months solid and not working on your upper body.
Right.
Same with physique, men's physique. They're gonna weight cap it now, and they're bringing the shorts up higher, and they're making them have legs now.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Because that's when we talked to Eli on this podcast, I was like, hey, man, so physique, that's the one with the board shorts, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I'm like, that's the only one I consider. He's like, you should do it. I'm like, nah.
you should.
Nah.
You should.
Well, the master starts at 35. I'm 50 now.
There's different divisions of masters. There's masters 50.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't
There's
say
like
that.
masters 50 or masters 55.
I'd do 50 over.
Yeah. You'd be fine.
Maybe I want dirty bulk then,
No.
starting today.
No. You should.
Starting today.
Starting after dinner.
I mean,
tonight.
I honestly
Starting after the donuts.
I would love to see you up there, man. At the end of the day, like once again, you're not going to be like, I'm going to win this show. You're going to be like, I am the most jacked version of myself that
Yeah.
I've been in a very long time.
Well, there's something to that. Having something circled on the calendar is always helpful in making you be consistent
Yeah.
in that goal that you have circled. If you don't have anything circled, it's really easy just to go, nah, I'll start next week, or I'll take a week off.
Hopefully that's the way it is.
Yeah. Well, back when I was training in Portland, we would all, myself and my clients, we would do Spartan races and Tough Mudders. So we'd have something circled on the calendar all the time. And it was something to work towards, not just for me, but my clients as well. And they're like, yeah, we going to do Spartan stuff this Saturday when we come in for boot camp? Like, yes, we are. We're working towards that goal. So these are things that we have to work on. So circling a date on a calendar, paying for it, first and foremost, pay for that thing. So there's some skin in the game. You've already committed that step. And you're like, okay, well, now I have to change. Or I'm going to do terrible. I'm already going up on that stage. How am I going to look?
Right.
So for me, I think that would be beneficial. So I'll look at something in the next 3 or 4 years and circle that calendar.
2 years sounds good, bro.
2?
Sounds good, man.
2.
2 years.
Yeah, it would definitely look different in 2.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've done it before, but not to jump on stage, just
Right.
to see how big I could get.
Yeah, and the 20 weeks of prep, that 20 weeks of prep, we slowly and gradually are taking things away. Calorie deficit, adjusting your carbs, adjusting your fats to the point where, we're getting that body to burn all of that fat off of your body.
Yeah.
And, we're not crashing you real quick. There are days you're miserable. Absolutely. There are days where you're just like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to do anything. I just want to lie here in bed and get through this day and wake up tomorrow.
And I want a taco.
And a taco. So many tacos. But no, this prep was way better than the last prep.
Yeah, you seemed you didn't seem grumpy at all.
No. The biggest thing I chose is I chose joy. I chose stress-free prep. And what I mean by that is I literally am making these decisions. No one's forcing me to do this. So I get the opportunity to work with some of the best minds in the business and improve my body in ways that I'd never even imagined.
Yeah.
Like, what a blessing that is.
Yeah.
Like, I remember going through my first prep, and Big Steven, he's over at, I think, TG San Diego or Chula Vista right now.
Yep.
I was coming out, I was like, I feel terrible. I just feel terrible. He's like, your worst day on prep is someone's dream in another country. You get 6 meals a day.
Perspective.
You get to go to bed at night. You can take a nap whenever you want to. Like, no.
And
there
you're
are people
complaining?
who wake up, crack of dawn, 1 meal, work all day in the sun, come home, go to bed, do it again. I'm just like,
He's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does a lot of trips to Uganda
Yep.
and Costa Rica, I think, and Mexico, and a lot of mission trips. And he was just like, bro, your worst day is someone's dream. And I'm like, all right. Yep. Thanks.
Yep, you're right. I am being a little, you know what.
Yes. Big old baby.
Yeah.
Big old baby.
What would you say to somebody who wants to get started in this? Like, what would you have them do? Let's just say you're their coach. Somebody comes to you and they're like, hey, I want to get on stage. What are the steps?
Well, actually, let's back it up. The first thing I would tell them is if you're in doing this to get self-validation, you're in the wrong sport. Because this is definitely going to cause you to look at yourself in ways and be hypercritical of yourself in ways. And if you're not good here with who you are in here, you're not ready. So I would say, how do you feel about yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you realize that you might need things to work on? What do you have to work on yourself? Just get that introspective look versus like seeing all the glitz and glam of it and be like, that's what I want to do. I'm like, yeah, but how are you in here? How are you right here? Because prep's going to make that way way worse. So first I would just ask them that, find out what their reasons are and find out where they are in their own journey. But then I would just say, okay, what do you want from me as a coach? And then that they're like, wow, I thought you were just going to tell me stuff.
Right.
It's like, no, I need to know from you. I'm going to be your coach. So what are you looking for? And they're like, oh, I want to do physique. I want to be in the board shorts. Okay, cool. All right, let me look at you. Bro, you got some wheels, man. Like, you can do classic. Oh, I've never thought of that. Well, this is why we're here. So let's go to the posing room. Let's check it out. And I just try and broaden their mind we usually have this narrow pinpoint version of what we want. Like, I want that. And it's like, but there's all this.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at everything, see what you really want to do,
Right.
So I just try and open their mind to it, because when you're brand new to something, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So just try and broaden their horizons, if you will. Find out exactly what they're looking for, but let them find it out themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a mental component to it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're somebody who quits easy, and it has quit a lot in life and in any adventures or any goals, then that's definitely something you might quit at pretty early on into prep.
Right.
Because there's a lot of, like you said, it's not overnight where we take all the bad stuff away from you and it's only good from here on out. It's like we would do with somebody who's overweight and it has a lot of bad habits, like Starbucks or donuts or wine or beer or just bad processed food. You can't take it all away at one time. It's not going to happen. So you got to slowly wean them off those, replace them with better choices, and then it's more sustainable.
Absolutely.
So I would imagine it'd be the same way with somebody who's, like you said, that like you've done. Like, I don't know, you may have quit everything bad at one time. I wouldn't doubt it. You've got that kind of mental fortitude, but for some people, a little bit more difficult. So.
Well, my story is a little different. I mean, we can go into this, and then I've touched on it a little bit on Instagram to share how this even started for me.
Yeah.
But I used to have crazy anxiety. Used to have depression. I had no self-worth. My self-worth was indicative upon whether or not somebody loved me. If someone didn't love me, then I had no worth.
Yeah.
This all stems from, severe childhood trauma that happened when I was like 6. And then for the rest of my life, I only thought I had values if someone wanted to be with me. So years of toxic relationships, 2 failed marriages. I started drinking heavily to go ahead and, just try and quell the voices of just shame, regret, fear, resentment, all those things in my mind. And remember, I dropped off my son at school, and I was driving home from school, or from his school, and I just start weeping while I'm driving. I've never done this before, and I'm heading down Gilbert Road, heading south, and all of a sudden, I hear a voice, God's voice, in my head say, "Turn into this parking lot." I turn in, and there's that logo that's on your hat right now, the TG logo, and I'm like, all right, what do you want from me? So I go in there, and they gave me a tour, and I talked to some people. And I was like, this place is cool, this place is cool. I could stand to lose a few LBs. And the whole day when I was at home, I was just like, man, there's something about that place, something different about TG. You walk in, there's scripture on the wall, there's Bibles at the front desk for anybody who has questions about Jesus. It was definitely a different energy. Got an anointing on it, So I go back and I sign up. And I was like, lifting one day, and Ernie, God, I love Ernie. He's one of the reasons why I have this sweet stash.
Another tribute to Ernie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I tried to grow it the first time around. It didn't go well.
Either that or Magnum PI.
Yeah. Oh, only Ernie. But Ernie comes up to me and he grabs my arm. He's like, bro, you should do a show. Never had even thought about it. He's like, I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, you should do a show. And I was like, well, then I need a coach. And they're like, well, there's Adam. And I did some research, find out that he's Portuguese, I'm Portuguese. That was it for me right there. I knew. I was like, all right, for there to be another Portuguese man running around this place.
Yeah.
And the rest is God's plan in history. Like, I was introduced to you. I started contacting you towards the end of my speech therapy career because I quit that to become a full-time personal trainer.
Yeah.
And got involved in the class, and through the class I started learning more and just meeting people and grinding it out in the gym every day and learning from you. And we had Chris James at the time, just learning from you two and being able to apply that stuff on the floor.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So, I definitely never in a million years pictured I'd be a bodybuilder ever.
Yeah.
Most of my exes, bless them, I have no ill will towards them, but most of them would be like, ew, that's gross. When I try and get big, like, I don't want you like that. And I'd be like, okay, honey,
whatever you want.
Yep, whatever you want. But no, not anymore. Now it's just like, no, I love me more. And at the end of the day, if people always say like, oh, you should pour out what you have to others. It's like, no, what I'm doing is I'm filling my cup up, and whatever is pouring out from that's what I'm going to give to people. Because if I'm not full, the version of me you're going to get is not the version of me you need. So I fill my own cup, and whatever's flowing out, that's what I give to others. And there's lots flowing out, There's lots flowing out.
I'd say
it's not
so.
like it's just like a little drop. Like, oh, you get a drop. It's like,
everybody gets a shower.
Yeah, everybody definitely gets to experience the best, happiest, most content, peaceful version of me that has ever existed.
Well, I've known you for maybe a year and a half, a little bit more. I was there when you signed up. And I know
I was a mess.
Taught you. You've done a lot of growth
So
in
much.
just a short amount of time that I've known you. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for you, man. You
Thank you.
smile a hell of a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Always in a good mood. But most people at the Gym Mesa are.
Like I said, that plane has
I think,
an anointing on it.
Yeah. It's every time I walk in there, I feel like I'm at home. And yeah, I love that place. So what it provides for the school, what it provides for the students is just people out there working out before and after class, and just the environment as a whole. I've never witnessed that in any other gym I've been in the 15 years I've been in this industry.
Right.
That's number one.
I'm guessing that there's not very many places like TG Mesa. I'm sure that there are places that have lots of equipment. I'm sure there's places where there's lots of big, muscular men and women working out. But what I always like to tell people is that if you are new and you're at TG Mesa and you don't know how to do an exercise, you don't know what weight to set it at, or if your form is off, you can ask anybody there. Anybody, and they will take time from their workout. Biggest dude will stop what he's doing, show you what to do, and then get back to work.
Yeah.
Where else? Like if you ask that at like, I'm not trying to throw name. Okay, so another big, muscle bodybuilding gym, you'll get the scoff, the eye roll, and then be like, oh, fine, let me stop what I'm doing because it's so important.
Yeah.
But here everybody's here to help you grow.
Yeah, it's a supportive environment.
The most supportive.
And there's a lot of people there with different skill sets. So you don't really, it's kind of like a one-stop shop.
Oh, man.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm going to be actually working with Zach Dodds. He's Yeti strength. He's got the big beard there. And I want to start deadlifting and squatting. And my coach, Adam Santos, God bless him, just had so many injuries that, and he's running a gym right now. He's got a lot going on his plate.
Right.
So I'm working with Zach now too to get bigger, but then also learn how to better teach deadlifting and squatting.
Yeah.
Because right now, whenever a client comes up to me, like, oh, I want to squat and deadlift, I'm like, I'm not your man. That guy's your man, or this person's your man. I don't know that stuff yet. Like I could teach you the basics,
or know enough about it.
But if you wanna go ahead and really like thrive, I'm not your guy yet. Yeah. But I will be.
If it's somebody who wants to do powerlifting, then get the very best coach you can possibly get.
Yeah.
But not most. Yeah, well, a lot of trainers know how to cue and teach proper deadlifts and back squats.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I just, if there's someone like, this is what I want to do, it's like, then I'm not the guy.
Right. Yeah. We'll sprinkle it in, but if this is all you want to do, then
yeah.
You might want to get somebody who's got hundreds, if not thousands of hours of teaching that particular move, because there are little nuances here and there that most trainers don't know about to cue somebody into a better move or better lift. So,
and that's one of the things that I really pride myself on with my fitness journey, and with being able to bring the best information to the clients that I have.
Yeah.
I'm still investing in myself. So I paid for my NPTI certification, great, but I'm investing quite a sum of money in my coaching that I'm getting from other coaches.
Yeah.
I work with IFBB pros for posing. I work with Eli. I work with IFBB pros for body part specific. His name is Tony Duong. He's the only Vietnamese Olympian that's ever graced the stage. I work with, Adam, who's got 20 years in the industry of bodybuilding. I am investing so much financially as well as, time into becoming the best coach that I can possibly be. Yeah. Because you're never done learning.
I was just going to say that. You beat me to it. Never done. Never stop learning.
No. And you never arrive. Like people, they have this thing of like, oh, I'm gonna feel fulfilled when I accomplish this goal. And it's like, no, because you accomplish that goal and then you're like, oh, now what? Like you've never arrived. You never find that complete sense of fulfillment. And that's why you find your sense of purpose. Yeah. Because if you have purpose, then you can live out that purpose and get fulfillment from that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't ever want to say I know it all either, because you never will. You might know a lot, but if like you said, purpose, if you think that you've reached your pinnacle and you can't learn anymore, right? Well, where your purpose isn't there anymore. Like, oh crap, what am I gonna do now? Yeah. There's always room for more. That's why I say, it's a good for a school. It's a great base, but outside of that, continue to learn about what you're passionate about. So, when we talk about niches, like say you want to work with seniors, well, now you've got a great foundation. Now start learning as much as you possibly can about senior fitness and how to train them and all that. And that's a long road, as any other goal or objective is for any demographics. They're long roads. You're never going to, like 15 years, I don't know everything. I never, ever will. I want to, but it's not going to happen.
And they're coming out with new things, new gear, new equipment all the time. I remember I sent you that new kettlebell.
Oh, that thing was ridiculous.
Yeah,
looking.
that like split kettlebell.
It looks like the headphones.
Yeah, it doesn't rest on your forearm or on your, And I sent it to you and you were like, barf.
Yeah, that was my emoji, barf emoji. I mean, without actually doing any movements with it, I just look at it and go, no, I'm not into you.
Sounds like a closed mindset.
It was. Thus the barf emoji. I'm like, no, that's dumb.
Keep kettlebells
the
for Christmas
same.
And be like, there you go, bro.
You might see me on Instagram using it.
Yep. Growth mindset. Yeah, see, look what I did there.
Oh, you did. Yeah. I couldn't imagine doing kettlebell swings with that thing.
No. I think it's more for like the overheads, and stuff like that.
So what's wrong with the current kettlebells? You
I
can
guess
do
it's just putting the right there. I don't know.
Is that a little pressure on the back of your arm going to hurt? I mean, that's how I look at it. I'm like, right? Oh, come on. Just get wristbands. If it hurts your hand, hits the back of your wrist on a snatch or a clean.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. But you're the kettlebell man, so I believe you.
I do love them.
Yes.
I guess it all depends on what weight you're working out with, too. If it's something light, you should just be like, yeah, go on. Who cares?
Yeah, but I mean, if you have like a 90-pound kettlebell,
right,
that's going to leave some pressure, right?
I want it to hit the back of my arm. I want to feel it.
You'll feel it in your shoulder as you're pressing up.
90 pounds, yeah, I'd feel that.
Yeah.
I don't care what it looks like. I'm going to feel it.
Right, for sure.
So now that you've graduated, what have you been up to? I know you're independent coach now, the Duranimal Fit, personal training. I see you out there a lot now, picking up clients. What have you done since you've gotten out to help propel you in this industry?
The biggest thing that I had to learn was how to sell myself.
Yeah.
Because it's a sale until you actually, shown them what you can do.
Right.
That's why I work so hard on my physique. I work so hard on building up. It's like your own business card. You know what I mean? Same goes for, I know Gracie's a personal trainer. When people look at her on stage, they're like, wow, I want to look like that. People see me on stage, like, wow, I want to look like that. So right there, I work on myself, work on learning how to, I believe it's called Sell, Don't Be Sold. It's a book that I've been researching and listening to, just teaching you how to, close the deal and work on that aspect of it. But no, I just offer my services whenever I see someone that's doing something wrong and be like, hey, what's your name? Oh, I'm Kevin. I graduated from the NPTI thing over there, I'm also one of the trainers here. Can I show you some way to tweak that real quick and help you get more lat activation out of that? Or, if we go ahead and turn our pinky in a little more, dude, we're going to hit that nice inside part of the bicep. So slow down your tempo and you're going to get big old biceps real quick. I like to do that. It's as uncomfortable as it is, like start conversations.
That's a good approach, though.
It's all about helping.
Yeah.
And whether or not I get someone to sign up, I helped them.
Yeah.
I helped them. And that makes me feel good. So
As
that's all
it
I've been
should.
doing.
No, we're here to help you educate people.
Yeah.
And not to get off track, but that's one of the things that I did. I just help people. Like when I graduated the Portland school, I went to 24-hour fitness. I just said hi to everybody. I tried what you tried one time, and it didn't work, and I never did it again.
Right.
Like I saw somebody doing some sort of plank, and he was really rotated. I'm like, hey, that side plank with that rotation would be better. And when I walked over to him, I'm like, hey, he could see that I was looking at him. I had my coach shirt on. He did this. And I said, hey, can I help you put it back in? And just stop looking at me. I was like, that didn't go well. So from there, I was just like, anytime anybody had any questions, I would give them some sort of education. Not all of it. Don't have that kind of time, but I'd help them and say, hey, if you ever need anything else, come back. I'll be happy to help you. And that's how I approached it. I think everybody has a different, like, selling, what's the word? Like, your personality matches the way that they sell.
Right.
I mean, selling yourself without selling, like what most people would think is like a used car salesman.
Right.
If we just educate and gain trust, people are like, because a lot of people want a trainer. I mean, let's look at it. All athletes have one, right? Why are we any different? Just general population. I want to know more. So if you gain that trust, and oftentimes somebody's going to be like, well, he's approachable. He's not going to try to sell me on training. I've got a question. And then pretty soon they're like, that's my guy or that's my girl. Because they have that trust with you, and they feel like you're not there just to make money and put them through some movements like you see a lot in commercial box gyms. Do this for 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to do this. Okay, get out of here. So I think a lot of it is building that trust with people.
Yeah, I adopted that from the class. You had taught that you would always be like, I'm here for you whenever you need to. You know where to find me.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's usually how I end what I say. Like, I'll bring in the science, I'll bring in the technique, and then I just like, fly, little birdie. You know,
right.
If you need help, I'm over here.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty successful. I think I have half my caseload is full.
Nice.
So I still have, another half to fill.
Yeah.
But with a whole, prep being in there, I actually stopped, like hustling so hard. I was just focused on the clients that I had.
Yeah.
And focused on, bringing the best package that I could to the show. But now that that's over, I blasted social media, picked up a new client yesterday. Just, working hard and just trying to bring the best Duranimal that I can be,
Yeah. Well, your cup's overflowing, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Are you doing online training too?
No, still haven't touched that yet.
No, you haven't touched
No,
it. Jeez.
I know. You told me about it, and I plan on it. I do. It's definitely, something that I need to dabble in and learn. I can't just ignore it.
Yeah. Well, come find me one of these mornings.
Yeah, it's like that rash on your arm. You can't just ignore it.
What? Like, what?
That's a
Almost got me.
That's a tattoo, not a rash.
Oh man,
Come on, man.
you
It's
need
not that
to
bad.
moisturize, bro.
I did. Drying out.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed too. Just after this prep, I was just so dry. I have to start using lotion now. I'm a man. I don't use lotion.
I don't
What is
either,
lotion?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is. What shea butter? What? Like
I don't know. Coconut oil?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to use either.
I know. But
My wife hates that I don't use lotion. She's like, "You need lotion." I'm like, "Nope, not gonna do it."
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah, I just pick up things in the bathroom that looks like it might be moisturizing. I put it on, I'm like, ooh, that is a strong sense of petunia or patchouli.
Yeah. Oh God.
Ooh, that doesn't come off either.
Unless it says Nair.
Oh gosh.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I learned that the hard way when I was 11 or 12. I'm like, oh, it does do what it says it does.
You're just experimenting with Nair.
Yeah.
It's an interesting story.
It was all the rage back in the
Oh yeah.
early 80s. They had commercials.
The Who wears short shorts.
That's the one.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so old.
Travis wears short shorts.
I could after I did that.
Yeah.
So what's next for you, man? Like I know that you just started a new session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. So we just ended week 2 yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah. What's next is, well, we do have some things coming up. I mean, we've got, we're really close. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to promote this. We're getting really close to being able to accept the GI Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's been our goal from day one, is to be able to accept that. So vets with the post 9/11 GI Bill will now be able to utilize that to get an education through us. We got a couple other things going on. You've heard of OPT Fitness, right?
Mm-mm.
You didn't go to that. Did you see any of the videos where we went over to a facility and had contrast therapy? So hot sauna followed by ice bath.
Oh, by that one gentleman who
Joey.
is he Native American?
Joey, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that on the Instagram.
Yeah, so we're working on something right now where we can take the students and even graduates to his facility, which is 8 miles down the road, or 8 minutes, actually, 8 minutes, to train people that want to come in and get, kind of like a taste test on what it is to be trained. And that gives our students practice. It also gives some of our graduates practice that aren't currently getting that, maybe where they're working in a box gym. It's a little bit different because you've got an actual client.
Right.
This is on you to keep them and get them goals. It sounds the same, but it's a little bit different because these are people they've never met, and it's in a different environment. And there's not the same, rules that have been set forth by said commercial box gym. So it's going to be like beauty colleges and like massage therapy schools where there is a cost, very low cost. They come in and the students can get practice with people they've never met, which is what it's going to be like when they graduate the school. They're going to have people in front of them they've never met before. Right. Now they've got an hour or so to get to know them, break the ice, figure out how they move, figure out their goals, figure out their nutrition habits, and break it down and create a plan.
Right.
So that's what's coming up. I think we're looking at doing this in November now, and having not just students practice, but graduates as well. So
I'll have to come check it out.
you will. You have to get in. Well, I'm just having a flashback to the time you went to Strict Vision Athletics and you jumped in the ice bath. That's while you were on prep. I know you were.
I had no salt. It was 105 degrees outside. I was pouring sweat. I had to leave the presentation. I went and sat in their chilled garage until it was time to jump in that.
You didn't even wince. You just went in there like it was just a nice, warm pool.
It was like 26 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was in there for 2 minutes.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, 2024 is going to be an awesome year, for sure. I'm backing off of competing. I'm going to take that full 18 months and really just get massive, as big as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And then focus on my clients that are now going to be competing. I have 2 clients that want to do shows, and I'm like, right on.
Yeah.
Let's do this. I can totally focus on you for all of 2024 because this is my first time coaching. I don't have all the answers. We gotta be in the lab tinkering a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, does this person respond well to carbs? Too much fats in your diet. Whereas another one can be like, oh, fats are great for this person. It's so interesting, but it's gonna take some work. So I have to be able to give most of my focus to Duranimal Fit as well as the clients that are choosing to compete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your only clientele, or do you take anybody, or do you just?
Oh yeah, I take anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have 2 clients that were just like, I want to compete. And I'm like, cool, rock with me for the end of 2023 and see if it's really what you want to do. So I actually had them do peak week with me.
Oh.
Yeah, they did a mock peak week. Yeah, so they did their water loading. You drink all the water and then you slowly cut it out until the last day where there's like only a half gallon of water.
Yeah.
And they were both rocking like 1,600 calories for the week. And they were just, whoa, like I feel like I know what this is like. And I'm like, cool, you still want to do it? And they're like, hell yeah.
That's kind of like Ranger School. They've got that pre-Ranger School called RIP.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it's like a 2-week course. You go in there to see if it's something that you want to do, and also get an idea of what it would be like for the entire school.
That's cool.
Just a little taste test.
Yeah.
So
that's basically what I did. And man, both my clients are going to be solid competitors. My guy Manny, he's got the biggest calves and quads I've ever seen. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Like he was the one that wanted to do physique, and I was like, I think you should do classic. And then my other client, Angela, like she came to me. It's been 3 months and she's already lost 15 pounds, and her shoulders are capped. Her glutes are coming in. Her legs, she's got the the quad hammy line on the side, and she's all excited. I'm like, bikini it is. Like bikini, and she's ecstatic. She loves the process of thinking like, man, I never in a million years thought I'd be on stage.
Yeah.
Doing this, mom, 2 kids, and she's just full of joy. And then Manny, when I wreck his legs, he's like on the ground, but like smiling, he loves it. So yeah, it's going to be a good year for Duranimal Fit, and then for my competitors, and then for me. I'm just excited to see how far I can push the limits and really grow, not just, you know, physically, but continue to work on my emotional growth, my mental growth. Always learning, trying to learn Spanish. I understand Spanish, but I'm trying to speak Spanish so that I can, you know, have Spanish speaking clientele.
Yeah.
So just always trying to get better.
That's what we're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
Well, good, man. I'm glad that things went well at the show.
Yeah.
Glad to see you moving forward, getting in clients. I love it, man. I love seeing you out there. When I'm teaching, I'll see you out there. I'm like, man, he's here all day now.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I always introduce myself to people in class. And like, oh, wait, Travis talks about you.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've added you to the list. So it's always Adam, it's Eli, it's Carly, both of them. And then now I've added you to the list of people. I'm like, you want to shadow him. Because when you went through the school, you had to shadow other people. And I'm like, I know a good one. I know another good one now.
Right.
So not just Adam anymore. It's you. Eli doesn't really train too much. One-on-one, I think he might be taking on some now. I
think so. Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah. And then Carly, of course, she's always out there
Right.
with her clients. Another great resource. Because it's really important to see how other people train.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you're going to pick up something. You're going to pick up new ways to cue somebody through a movement. You're going to pick up ways to communicate better.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm going to add that to my repertoire of things to say in this circumstance. Because, you know, it's all about communication, but it's also about confidence, too.
Yeah.
If you don't have confidence, people can see that.
Yeah. Oh, and that translates to even on stage.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not confident on stage, the judges can see that. You can have a great, you know, overall physique package.
Yeah.
But if you're, you know, shying away or not fully opening up and, you know, owning the stage, that can cost you points in the end.
Yeah.
Like, I love the fact I just posted on my Instagram one of my my state championship routine, and man, you could just see the confidence. Like, everything was flowing, everything was good. You know, I waved to the crowd afterwards, and you know, it felt that show felt great. For only being my second show, that felt amazing. So I'm really excited to see what bodybuilding has for me as a career, because I'm going to get my pro card. That's not a doubt. Like, I'm going to get my pro card.
Yeah.
It's not an if, but when.
I believe you.
So I'm just really excited to see what this looks like, because, man,
it's a journey.
Never in a million years would have thought that this would be my life. You know, I get to go watch Olympia this year. I'm going to be going to watch it. I'm just like, man.
Where's that at this year?
Vegas.
Vegas. Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Just to see C-Bum go up there again. But then there's all this new talent coming in. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's going to be good.
Yeah. I think it's a cool industry, man. It's like a lot of people do shows like yourself and never thought they would once ever do it.
Right.
And I've said that for as long as I've been working. I'm like, I would never get on stage. But I've never gotten really to the point where I'm like, I might be able to take this up there if I tweak a few things. I usually have a long way to go before I'm ready for that. So
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
You heard it here first.
52. Maybe. Gracie tried to talk me into it, and so is Eli. So,
I mean,
and now you.
You know, my grandma always said, whenever more than one person's telling you something that's close to you, it's probably right.
Maybe. You see Grandpa up there on stage.
Yeah, do it.
It'd only be board shorts.
Nah, we can rock with that.
Yeah.
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 We should actually just go full silver, though, for the beard. Like,
In 2 years, I might be. This has all happened since I had my daughter 7 years ago.
Right.
So,
right.
yeah.
Just have
2
her
years.
keep growing up, and you'll just be a silver fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, as older she gets, the more gray it's going to get. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
Is that why you're so gray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started finding them too in my beard. Just like, oh man, and in my hair too.
Let them go. Let them go. Don't pluck them.
Why?
Character.
I'm 35.
Yeah, I'm younger than Travis, and I also have 4 girls.
Right. I have one. So.
Yeah, it'll do that. It's good. I like it. I'm just keeping them around. I'm not plucking them anymore.
Oh, you should.
Cool, another
you
one.
should definitely have like at least that full silver look. That'd be awesome.
My wife wants that.
Yeah?
Yeah, she wants it all silver.
Do it.
Yeah. I tried.
You didn't work
I actually tried. She had some hair dye.
Oh, okay.
This was months ago. And she was dyeing her hair. Like, she likes silver, you know? I'm like, she looks at me and she's like, come here. I'm like, no. Okay, never mind. This is what you want. Do it.
All right.
And my beard turned red.
That's not good.
Like really red.
Didn't pull enough color out.
Like from Ireland.
No, it's too dark. Yeah, it looked kind of weird. Anyway,
Did you shave it all off?
no.
I don't
I'm
remember
not
you having
shaving
a
those.
red. I don't remember you having a
Yeah,
red
it was
beard.
pretty red. It's gone now,
Yeah.
mostly.
Good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It'll happen naturally.
hmm
Yeah. Well, how can people find you?
I usually operate through Instagram or just at TG. So it's Kevin Duranimal Fit or Duranimal Fit. I have 2 Instagrams. And then at TG, you know, I'm there. I've got my shirt, the shirt.
Yep.
Gonna be getting a new updated version of the logo.
2.0. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go snow leopard this time.
Ooh.
So instead of it just being regular leopard, snow leopard.
Just have different colors, like
Yeah.
snow leopard and
Yeah.
then like puma.
One will be
Or pumas have dogs?
One will be a
Cheetah.
tiger, probably. You know,
Yeah.
just whatever's floating my boat at the time.
Yeah.
But for some reason, there's just been a lot of like snow leopards popping up on my animal feeds. So I'm just like, all right, so what's next?
Somebody's trying to tell you something.
Yeah. Well, I remember exactly sitting in class with Chris, and Chris was like, all right, guys, we're gonna go over logo design.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, well, what do I want to do? Duranimal, okay, fit, awesome. And then I thought of like the San Diego Padres logo.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I just wrote it. And it was just like DF, Duranimal, fit, we're done. Done.
Perfect.
Turned
That
it
was
in,
easy.
Turned it in, drew some spots on it.
Straight
I
A.
was like, there we
Yeah,
go.
dude. That turned out really well for your first attempt.
Oh, yeah.
Mine wasn't. Mine was 3-4 months of just.
Didn't you tell me it was like stick figure too?
That's that's my art is all on stick figures
Oh,
because
okay.
I'm terrible.
Oh, you
saw on
drew
the
it.
whiteboard.
Okay, got you.
Nah, it took me 3-4 months to
Right.
figure it out. When I did, I was like, "Oh, thank goodness! I finally figured it out." Because we had to do the same thing in school:
Mm-hmm.
create a logo, and then your name, and then see if somebody else has the name, and then
Right.
you've got your starting point, your
Mm-hmm.
logo, your name, and then it can all evolve as you go forward. And that's what it typically does. Like you're talking about, you're going to change up colors and spots and whatnot. Colors,
Yeah.
it's an evolution. All
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what 2024 has. It's going to be a big year.
Maybe I'll dirty bulk with you.
You will lean bulk with me. We will not dirty bulk.
That'd be interesting for me to hire you as a coach.
Why not, right?
Hey, man, you could.
Let's do it.
It's not just the accountability
You
point.
also heard it here, folks. He's going to be my client.
That would be kind of cool.
Going to get him on stage for physique in 2025.
Ooh,
Dun, dun, dun.
dang, it's been said.
Yeah, dude, I'm here for you for
Okay.
sure. If
Oh, I
that's-
know. Yeah, I'd hire
You're
you.
my boy.
Yep. You just give me salt, though.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
you wouldn't forget to do
No,
that. Yeah.
no, never again.
Okay.
Never
You
again.
learned that lesson.
Oh, the hard way. What an idiot.
God.
Yep.
Well, cool, man. It was awesome having you. Can't wait to see what the future has in store for you. And it's been a real blessing having you in class and having you as a friend and having you as a
Oh, man.
resource. It's I love seeing you every day. Love seeing you thrive and grow.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what's in store for you, bud.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, Papa Bear, thank you, brother. And Travis, I appreciate you. You are like more than just a teacher. You're a mentor, but you're also a friend. And I cherish our relationship. So thanks so much for inviting me. It was awesome.
Yeah, man. Loved it.
Cool.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Let's sign out. See ya.